So there's a saying that if you want to be successful, then study success. If you want to study abroad, study the process of studying abroad. And interestingly, you wouldn't be the first person to study abroad. So in your quest to study abroad, it is important to listen to individuals who are the same destination you want to get to. If you do this, it makes it easier. You learn from their mistakes, and you also learn from the good practices they use that made them successful. Welcome to another episode of the Study Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect. The idea behind the Study Abroad podcast is to invite is to speak to individuals who have been through the study abroad process. I also sometimes speak to admission officers in the various universities and colleges you are targeting, so that they share with you their experience and how you can also do it. What universities did they apply to? How much did the entire process cost them? What is entailed in terms of documents used to apply? How do you come up by the scholarships these individuals have? If you're able to get this information under your belt, it makes the entire process very easy for you. So my name is Fred. This is the biggest study abroad content platform, and you're welcome. Thank you for watching. Let me know which country you're tuning in from. Today is going to be another educative, insightful, and as always, informational section. Take your pen and papers, because there are a lot of things you need to put down. Also, share this with somebody, share this with a friend, a family member, a colleague, so that they can also benefit from the ideas and information we share here. I'll bring my guest on, but as you know, in the course of the session, I'll share the link so you can join in. Sometimes, you probably might have some questions that if you get clarity or clarifications on, it makes it easier for you to also go through the process. There are some universities that you don't also have to, pay application fees to apply, and I'll be sharing some of them with you in course of the session. We do this and every weekend on the biggest study abroad content platform. My name is Fred, and thank you for tuning in. Let me bring my guest on, but you can send me your questions in advance. Let me know which country you're watching me from. What is the time at your end? What questions do you have specifically? Type them in the comment section as well, and also click on the like button. Follow if you're watching us on Facebook, X, or Instagram. Also, if you're watching us on X, you're welcome. Be part of the family by clicking on the follow button. On YouTube, it's the Fred Effect. Please click on the follow. And the easiest way to get in touch with me is to send me a direct message on Instagram. I'll be happy to respond to it. So let me bring my guest on. Let's get started. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Safred. I'm doing good.
Good to have you. So, we want to learn more about your process and, you know, and how you got to where you are successfully. Tell us which country you're originally from and which country you are at the moment.
All right. Thank you once again. First of all, I want to appreciate you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with the viewers. Yeah, my name is Olamide Messi, and I'm originally from Nigeria, and I'm currently in Moscow, Idaho, in the United States. Yeah, so I'm in Idaho.
Right. So, which state in Nigeria are you from
Oh,
and which
okay,
university?
okay, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm from Ondo State. If you're
Okay.
watching from Nigeria, I'm from Ondo State, Southwest.
All right. And what's your full name? So I know Olamide Messi, but I think there's a third name, right?
Oh yeah, so my name is my okay. So Olamide Mercy Oluwatade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
So Olamide means wealth. My
Hmm.
wealth has come. Mercy is an English name, and
Right.
Oluwatade is God is worthy. So it's a Yoruba name. Like it's a Yoruba name. So the meaning in English is God is worthy, and Olamide means my wealth has come.
Right. Which university did you graduate from, and what was your initial, academic qualification before coming to the United States?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I graduated from the University of Ilorin, Nigeria, the
Okay.
most sought university in Nigeria, and I graduated with a first class degree and in mathematics. Yeah, so my
Awesome.
bachelor's degree was in mathematics.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, we are talking to a lady mathematician. So she's in the STEM field. Interesting to know. Sometimes people think that people studying abroad are maybe an extraordinary people. So a local girl from Nigeria now pursuing her dreams in Idaho, the University of Idaho. So I'm very sure the University of Idaho is not the only university you apply to.
Oh yeah,
So
sure.
in course of the conversation, we'll get to know some of the schools so that we'll be sharing them with our viewers as well. So for people who know you back in Nigeria, how would they know you? Which class were you back in this university and all that?
Oh, University of Hillary.
Yeah.
Also, class of 2020. Um, yeah, we are like the COVID set. We graduated, yeah, the COVID set, I would say, because due to the COVID, we delayed to 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, it's like, I think basically mathematics, it's pure and applied mathematics. So
Right.
anybody in that went to Unilever will know the department.
All right. So, what actually sparked your interest to study abroad? Normally, when people are done with bachelor's degree, maybe I should go and find a work to do or something like that. What ignited your interest to study abroad?
Okay, that's a good question. I would say what ignited my passion was like I'm doing my bachelor's degree in Nigeria as a
Hmm.
mathematician. I've
Yeah.
always had this desire to pursue my higher education in that same field of interest,
Hmm.
and I got to realize that I could do that without spending money. I could get a scholarship to
Right.
study abroad. And I was like, wow, this is impressive. Knowing that getting to study, you can get like you can get it for, get you can get to study without paying too much, without because if you get to do your masters in Nigeria, or you're in you get to pay, right?
Yeah.
There are not a lot of scholarships.
Hmm.
So I found scholarship opportunities. I've had people's stories. I've listened to so many podcast like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, then I think this is going to be a good journey to proceed on. And that was what actually like motivated me, the fact that I can get a fully funded scholarship to pursue my graduate degree. So that I'll say that was what I really like, and the passion to further in my career pursuit. So
Right. Did you already know classmates, maybe seniors or family members, friends who were already studying abroad, and probably they helped you out? How did it go for you?
okay, for my own case, everybody's story is different. So I would
Yeah.
just say personally for mine, I really do not know of anybody. So I was not really this social inclined, like
Hmm.
social media inclined when I was in school, which is a bad thing. And but good for me, we had like a group. Okay, when we were like in our penultimate year, like our third year in school,
Right.
like the junior, like we call them junior year in the US, we had a group where we started sharing ideas about
Hmm.
scholarships, about studying abroad, for the our graduate degree. So this is what actually like enlightened my brain, enlightened my eyes to see that, oh, there are opportunities ahead. It's not like I know of people, but after the product, after getting to realize that, oh, there is opportunity, then I started searching for people. I started reading
Okay.
stories. I started looking out, trying to connect with people there on LinkedIn, and yes, so that's my own story.
Right. So if you're just tuning in, you're not late. This is the Study Abroad podcast with me, the Fred Effect. And today we are speaking to my sister from Nigeria, Olamide, who is
Yeah.
currently at the University of Idaho here in the US. And, because of her experience going through the process, she has a YouTube channel called Olamide Mercy. So tell us about your YouTube channel and what you do there.
Oh, okay. So thank you for this opportunity. My YouTube channel, it's just like a channel where I get to express myself. I get to share opportunities about studying abroad, like how to feel the experiences, the whole process from applying to schools, getting admission, going for your visa interview, the documents you need to fill, and all the process you need to know. And also, I get to share my graduate school lifestyle here in the US and some other inspirational content. So, if you're looking forward to studying abroad opportunities and something to keep you inspired along the journey, please subscribe to my channel and join. the crew. Yeah.
Awesome. So the name is Olamide Mercy and on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, you search for Olamide Mercy. So it
Yeah.
is very important that you subscribe to the channel to be able to understand how she did it and how you also be able to do it. There's a lot of information out there. You have to learn from people who are practically experiencing what you want to experience as well. So go to YouTube, type Olamide Mercy, and subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, so let's bounce back to the conversation. So how many universities did you apply to? So you graduated with a bachelor's degree in mathematics.
Yeah.
And let's start with how long did it take you? So which year did you graduate, and which year did you finally get to the US?
Okay, cool. So I officially graduated October 2021.
Mhm.
Okay. So and I got to the US August 2022.
Oh, okay. So practically it took you like a year
Yeah.
to go
Like
through the
yeah.
process.
Yeah. So
So after graduation from a university in Nigeria, you're supposed to go through youth service.
oh yeah.
Does that mean that as at the time that you were working, under the youth service, that was when you were working on the application, or how did it happen for you?
Yeah, that's a good. So after my like I graduated October 20
Mhm.
2021, and I
Right.
went for my youth service October 2020 October 21. So that was like the next day, that was when I started my um youth service.
Mhm.
And it's 12 months, right? I
Right.
get to like I left August 2022. So I was
Mhm.
left with what, just 1 month
Mhm.
before leaving Nigeria. So it was during that process that I get to apply during my youth service. I get to search for schools. In fact, I would say I started applying to schools around December.
Okay.
Yeah. So around December 2021. So
How much in naira is the youth service? And people think this process is expensive. So you told us, like, how did you get money to fund this process as a somebody working under youth service in Ghana? The youth service, like we call it national service, it pays like I think 559. I just want to know the conversion. That would be like what? $200? No, I don't think it will be up to like $20 now. Okay, I'll check real quick. Maybe somebody should tell us in the comment section how much is the national service now. Okay, somebody's telling me Prince is 715. Okay, so I'll convert it to dollars so that Olamide has an idea. How much is it? Are you paid in Nigeria for the youth service?
so I would say we are being paid like during my own time. I don't think they've increased it now still. It's 33,000 naira, which is
Okay,
about yeah.
how
I'm
much
on
is it in dollars?
that's like around just a minute
Okay,
because yeah. So
so in
if you
Ghana
wanted to
it's
use
gonna
the rate now, right?
uh-huh.
Then
Yeah, so in Ghana it's gonna be like $45 for a month.
wow.
Yeah, $45 for a month. Tell us how much your stipends approximately a month here. Are you paid a month or bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly actually, like
Okay,
bi-weekly. But
so
yeah,
approx
the for the sorry to cut you, the
mm,
for the
youth service.
youth service
Uh-huh.
right now the money is like around $22, but back then it was around like $33.
Okay, so the Ghanaian one is better than the Nigerian
So
one.
you guys have money than us then. Yeah, so we are being paid more because for like um youth serve compass now in Nigeria and 3,000 is like $22. So
So that was how much you were paid as at then, like 30 something dollars
yeah,
per month.
$33 back then.
But approximately as a mathematician, how much do you receive every 2 weeks in terms of stipends?
Oh, like this stipend of a thing it varies per state
Yeah,
by so but for my own school, like approximately like it's 50.
$850 per every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 100, 850
Okay, so plus minus tax, we are looking at a thousand
minus
six
tax.
hundred
Yeah, minus
uh,
tax.
per month, right?
Yeah.
Against 30 something that dollars in Nigeria for a youth service.
Yeah.
Interesting. So another question that's what people would normally want to ask, was it worth it? Somebody's telling me down. So thank you for you said the national service is now 715. As at my time, it was 559, and it's around approximately $50. Interesting. All right. So, has it been worth it, going through all the stress to get here? Um, you know, Education is not easy. Learning in the US is not easy. Um, are there any regrets? Has it been worth it?
Oh, honestly, I would say it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, trying to apply into grad school. Because after school, I got a lot of job opportunities, like, I mean, good offers
Yeah.
that, like, promising of, like, that they were really good,
Hmm.
and getting scholarships. So if you look at it too, I'm glad I made the decision to go for the scholarship opportunities, because it's changed. Like, I would just say it's one of the best decision I've made pursuing this grad school journey, studying abroad.
So,
Yeah,
your current position as the dream for most, young Nigerian ladies watching you at the moment. So,
yeah.
show us the way. What were the universities you started applying to?
Okay, good question. Um, for my school, so I did my bachelor's degree in mathematics.
Hmm.
And after some time, I realized I really want to go into the application part aspect of mathematics. So that is why I went for statistics and data science.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not doing my graduate degree in statistics in mathematics. It's
Okay.
like they are like the same family, the same tree, but like it's totally different. So I started searching for schools that they are offering master's in statistics and data science and PhD like that.
Hmm.
So the schools I applied to, University of Idaho, I'm putting that as the first because that is where I am.
So normally, what I do is to be able to show the website of the university so that people watching us can also take a look at it.
See,
So
okay.
we are looking at about 75% acceptance rate, and this is the website of the University of Idaho. Tell us a little bit about University of Idaho and anybody who wants to apply.
Oh, yes. Honestly, I would say University of Idaho. It's a very good school. Now it's not just about the school.
Mhm.
In terms of it's not just about the academic prospect. In terms of the community, oh my God, it's a lovely community. It's a great place for an international student to be because you get to be involved. They carry everybody along. There is no discrimination. Diversity and equity and inclusivity is being like they really, really do that in the University of Idaho. And the professors are really, very, very, very sound. So if you are looking forward to applying to schools, please check out University of Idaho. Check out for that funding opportunity. Send that cold emails to professors, and yes, it's a good school for students to apply to.
All right. So if you're listening to us and not watching, I'm sharing the screen of University of Idaho. Idaho is Idaho, Idaho. And the interesting, the city is called Moscow. That's Moscow is like the capital of Russia, right?
Yeah, like when I tell people I'm in Moscow, they were like, "Oh, what Russia?" It's like
Russia, yeah.
Russia and University are far apart, right? But yes, I'm in Moscow, Idaho, a college town in Idaho.
I see.
Beautiful community.
Awesome. Let's talk about the other universities you applied. Even though you ended up in University of Idaho, it means that you didn't apply to only one university.
Oh
You
yeah,
applied to more.
yeah.
All right. So let's take a look at the other universities as well.
Okay, so the second one is I'm going to do it in order of funding. The schools that get
Okay.
the funding, San Diego State University.
And before we go to that, what program are you currently studying at the University of Idaho?
It's just like a graduate program in the like data science field. I did my master's in statistics and data science, but I'm trying to get a certificate in still in data science, like postgraduate certificate.
Awesome.
So that's
All
what
right.
I'm currently doing. Yeah.
Right. So this is the website of, it says San Diego State University.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So this is the website of San Diego State University. And what program did you apply to at this university?
Master's in statistics.
Okay, and then you were given an admission with funding.
Yes.
This is a university with about 36% acceptance rate.
Yeah.
So, to give you a perspective, if you're just hearing about this university, it's located in San Diego in California. So, California is one of the most expensive states to live in, right? All right.
Yeah.
So you said masters in data science or masters in
Statistics.
statistics? Okay, awesome. And which other university? So you can also check out. So Olamide is giving us an idea, which universities she applied to, even though she ended up in University of Idaho. Just to let you know that you don't have to put your eggs in one basket. And I
Yeah.
love one thing she said, that she had a bachelor's degree in mathematics, but that does not mean necessarily that she has to restrict herself to, only a master's degree in mathematics. She
Yeah.
was looking at data science, statistics, and all that. So if you're listening to us, that is a note you have to take. Let's go to the other universities.
Okay. So let's look at University of Nevada, Reno.
Oh, okay, okay.
They have a
University of
master's program
Nevada.
in statistics. They also have a PhD program. So apply to the two.
Can you repeat that?
University of Nevada, Reno.
Oh, okay. And you said which university and which program did you choose over there?
Like you can apply to the two at once. This master's and PhD program in statistics and data science.
Oh,
You
okay.
can apply for the
So
two.
awesome. To give you a perspective, I'm showing the website of University of Nevada at Reno. So I've been to the University of Nevada at Las Vegas. They have several campuses. One of them is at Las Vegas. I visited a friend there, and then there's University of Nevada at Reno too. So
Yeah.
these are two different campuses. And Olamide is saying she applied to the Reno campus. And,
Yeah.
and what program was it?
Statistics and data science.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's look at the other universities as well.
Okay. So I also applied to Arizona State University.
Okay. So far, I think that Arizona State University is the most beautiful campus I have visited.
Oh, really?
Um,
Then you've
yeah.
not
So
been
I
to Idaho.
I've not been to Idaho yet.
Yes.
No, I've not been to the campus of Idaho, but I think
Yeah.
I love the campus of Arizona State University. So to give you a perspective, Arizona State University is located in the capital of Arizona, which is Phoenix. But actually, the city there's a different city.
Okay.
It's called Tempe.
Yeah.
That's where the university is actually located, and it's a beautiful campus. I visited there, had a walk there, and have a couple of friends there as well. I love the place. It's just that Arizona is super hot. There's no snow and all that. There's
Yeah.
no snow in Tempe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that town in Arizona. Yeah. It's hot. Yeah. That's true.
it's really hot. When I was there, it was super hot. You could feel the heat under your skin.
Yeah.
It's at this time of the season where it's in the summer. The,
Mama.
the heat is off the roof. Yeah. So Arizona State University. What program was it?
Statistics, masters in statistics. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. Let's go to the other universities as well.
And I think the last one I applied to, uh, probably like that I submitted the application because I did a
Mm,
lot of applications that I did not submit, is
okay.
North Dakota State University.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
Which city is it located?
Um, it's in, I don't know, it's in North
It-
Dakota.
I think it's called Fargo or
Oh,
something.
West Fargo. No, 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 not in Fargo. Fargo is the capital, but
Okay.
I can quickly check that, but it's NDSU. So
So
it's
this
in
is
Fargo.
also
Yes, it's in Fargo. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so this is the website of North Dakota State University. Actually, there is a difference between South Dakota and then North Dakota, and then
And there's a
this
difference between University of North Dakota.
Yes, yes. So the University of North Dakota is different from North Dakota State University. And mostly if you confuse them, sometimes the professors get pissed off, right? So if you are supposed to email a professor in maybe Ohio University and you send it to Ohio State University, it's a problem. Sometimes they have this friction in terms of football and what people don't know is that over here the universities are like people are very proud of the universities they attend. Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So, North Dakota State University is located in Fargo in North Dakota, and I'm showing the university's website just to give you an idea some of the universities Olamide applied to. So tell us, a lot of people complain about rejections and all that. So, first of all, why is it that you had a background in mathematics and did not want to go directly into a master's in mathematics, but to shift a little bit to another field?
Okay. I would say it's basically my personal interest
Right.
and my like when I was studying mathematics, I was like, oh, do I want to become a lecturer or do I want to be a researcher or do I want to be like a scientist? Like,
Right.
so that boils to that. So I realized like I saw I could see ahead that going for a going to switching to like data science is the best deal for me.
Mhm.
And you re- you won't really see like a PhD in data science, masters in data science like that, like that. And even though there are opportunities for masters in data science, pure data science, and all, I was
Right.
like, oh, it would be very nice if I could also like explore the field of statistics and data science together,
Mhm.
because the application is very wide, like very wide. Like virtually everybody needs a statistician in their life. Like every company needs a statistician. So because of the applications and my interest, because I'm actually interested still in health, like because currently I work on cancer genomics,
Mhm.
like relating to cancer data and all the kind of thing relating to health pharmaceutical companies. So that was what like actually motivated me to pursue my master's in statistics and data science. I would say mathematics, it has its applications, but I am not really interested in those applications. My interest in my interest actually made me pursue my master's in statistics and data science.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So with all these universities that you applied to, did all of them give you admission? Did you have any rejections or anything like that?
Yeah. So uh, yeah, every all the schools I've mentioned, they all gave me admission, but not all gave me funding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then there's one school I did not mention, New Mexico. They rejected me. That was my holy rejection. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let me add that to our list. So New Mexico State University.
Yeah.
So it's located in a city called Las Cruces. I was in
Yeah.
New
Very
Mexico
close
the
to
other time.
Vegas.
Yeah. And what program was it?
Masters in statistics. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What was it that maybe you didn't apply early, or what do you think the denial?
Okay,
What
so
caused the
I
denial?
actually reached out because they were the first school that like out of my applications, they were the first schools that like got back to me, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, why? Like, why would this be my first ever like response? I was
Yeah.
like, then I asked them. So I think if you're going for if you're switching your field
Hmm.
and you're going for another, like you have to do your research very well. Don't just apply anyhow, because this food they really know what they are looking for.
Right.
So read instructions. I think my mistake was not reading their instructions very well on their website. So I think because of my background and it's not like my background. I would say the competition was very much. Probably
Okay.
there were a lot of people that had a very strong background in statistics, computer
Hmm.
science than me, and that was why they went for those people, and I got a rejection.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people are of the view that when it comes to the fields of statistics, data science, GRE, and GMAT are compulsory requirements. Tell us, did you write any of these test scores?
No, I did not. I wrote TOEFL, but I never used it. The reason,
Oh, okay.
like, do you want to know why I wrote TOEFL? Can I share that with you
Yeah,
guys?
go ahead.
Okay, so like I was just following the crowd, like I said earlier that like we had a group and everybody wanted to write GRE. This thing can be so. When I think back, it can be so. You will be like, wow. So this is how you've been through this whole process.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, oh, we're going to write TOEFL, we're going to write GRE, we're going to write TOEFL. So I was like, okay, GRE is a bit complicated. Like you have to
Hmm.
study it. But TOEFL, I can easily pass that. So I started preparing for TOEFL within 1 month. I wrote my TOEFL. I had like 100 and I think 102. Yeah, 102 or 120. I really did not do well, but like I started studying for my GRE. Then I realized that there are schools that I could apply to without writing GRE. So I
Right.
just like was like, okay, let me give it a try. So if probably things don't work out, then I'll proceed to write the GRE. But
Oh, okay.
fortunately, the schools I applied to without GRE, they got back to me and I just did not write GRE. But the TOEFL, I never used it because TOEFL is just for English proficiency, right?
Hmm.
You do not really need if you're coming from watching us from an African country whereby English is the official language, your education is being taught in English, you really do not need to write TOEFL. Okay, and there are a lot of schools, they will put it on the website, but I always tell people to ask questions. Tell them, oh, I did my education in English language. Can
Right.
I just show you guys the like a statement that I did my education in English language, and you guys can waive it for me?
Hmm.
So I would say like TOEFL should not be your like. I did not use it. I just with like that money just went like that because I did not use it.
All right. So with all these schools that you applied to, did you have to pay an application fee to all of them? Were some of them waived for you?
I got just one waiver, and I never like completed the school application. But for all these schools, you would see like I applied to schools with the low application fee.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For some schools, the application fee you between 150, 120. But like the ones I applied to, they're like 60, 50. Those that was that like this is one of the things to consider when applying. If
Right.
you know, like you don't really have a lot of money, like enough money, you can if you have $100, you can divide it into two rather than
Mm-hmm.
putting it on one school. But be sure that the school you're applying to, you've seen a potential of you getting funding
Right.
before investing your money there. And yeah, so I did
Awesome.
not get a waiver, I would say.
Awesome. So, if you're just tuning in, I'm speaking with Olamide Mercy. Olamide Mercy is in the STEM. So, people want to understand, what does it mean to say that you're studying a program which is STEM?
Oh, STEM is like just the word STEM in science, technology, and I think education and management is for maths, statistics, and the science. Of course, it is in science field. So I'm a woman in STEM. So
Right.
I would say yes.
And in the US, when you study a program in STEM, you have like 3 years to work after your studies, unlike pursuing a program which is not in a STEM field.
Yeah. So I had that's true. Yeah. So that's like an advantage for
Right.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, I'm still speaking with Olamide Mercy. Please send in your questions. We have almost 1,000 people watching us across our platforms. We are live on YouTube, the Fred Effect platform. We are live on Facebook on the Fred Effect. We have like 85,000 family members on Facebook, which is huge. About 160,000 on YouTube. And also on X as well. We are also live on TikTok. Shout out to you if you're watching us on TikTok, and also we are live on Instagram. We do this and every weekend. The idea is to bring people who have been through the process you want to go through in a more inspiring and encouraging manner, to show you the way. I always say that if people who have been successful doing something were able to lay down the steps they followed, it makes it easier for anyone who wants to follow to also get it done. Sending your questions in advance later on. I'll also share the link so you can join us live in the studio. Do you want to apply to a data science program? Do you have any questions for Olamide? She'll be happy to respond to them. So let's move on to my next set of questions.
Okay.
In terms of the scholarship, were you the universities that offered you the scholarship, were you automatically awarded? Did you have to submit a separate application? Did you have to get an interview to be considered for the scholarship? How did it happen?
Yeah. So it varies for all the schools. It's not
Hmm.
like the same thing for all schools. So for one of the schools, I had to like do a separate application for a teaching assistantship. So if you're like in mathematics, statistics, yeah, you would normally like get a teaching assistantship, I
Hmm.
would say. For masters, probably you could get a research assistantship for PhD, but for masters, yeah, TAs. And so I had to like apply separately for a particular school. Then for other schools, they would tell you you don't need to apply. They will consider everybody on like an equal base. So if you qualify, they will let you know. Then after there was one that I got to like I had an interview
Right.
after before they gave me the offer. So they first gave me admission from one school. So the thing is different. So let me make it clear to you guys. There was
Hmm.
one school that gave me like University of Idaho gave me admission first, then they gave me funding after like 3 weeks or 1 month. Then another school gave me funding first, even without the admission. So giving you funding automatically means that they are going to give you admission, right?
Oh, which school was that? They gave you the scholarship before giving you the admission?
Yeah, San Diego State University. Yeah. So they gave me
Oh, okay.
they were like, congratulations, we are happy to offer you a assistant teaching internship of about this
Mhm.
something. Yeah. So that was the first thing. I did not get an admission letter before then, right? But then later, the School of Graduate Studies or whatever reached out to me and they were like, congratulations on your admission. So it depends on the school system. I think it varies. Some schools will give you together as well, and some will give you funding first, then they will give you admission first, then they will give you funding later. So yes, that's how it is. I did not really like That's the whole process, I would
So
say.
how did you end up? Because if a school has given you scholarship even before giving you the admission, how then did you end up at Idaho there?
Oh, cool. That's a good question. I did my research. I got all these offers, right? Then I
Hmm.
sat down. I look at the funding. I look at the cost of living, and I look at the courses I'll be taking in all these schools, like
Okay.
the curriculum, the opportunities. So the statistics in San Diego State University, it was just like statistics.
Awesome.
Idaho was like, I got to do master's in statistics and get a data science certificate, and I can as well get to a great certificate, get a certificate in any other like machine learning, artificial
Mm.
intelligence, you get it. Then also the cost of living. For instance, if you're getting a stipend of about $3,000 and your house rent is like 3,000 too, I really feel like yeah, you see, it's not really like
Yeah.
massive. Like I'm just trying to say, giving an example, it's not like so
Hmm.
I look at the cost of living of those schools, and I realize that Idaho has like the lowest cost of living like
Right.
for a student, and for an international graduate student that is just coming in, like not yet settled, you don't really know anyone. That
Hmm.
was why I made that decision.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to so I know most international students work. So if it's a teaching assistant, you have maybe 20 hours to work. In my earlier first university, I was a teaching assistant, so I was assistant a professor. My second university, I was a research assistant. So
Okay.
what work have you been doing as for your scholarship?
Oh, I've been a TA, and at the same time I've been an RA.
Hmm.
So as a teaching assistantship, I get to for my school, it's varies, right? So there's what we call statistics assistant center. I work there.
Hmm.
So students, we help with all statistical programs, both programming and their coursework. So we just like have office hours. The student comes to like come for questions. Then also you have been assigned to a professor.
Hmm.
So you assist the professor in probably like if they have practicals, they need to like grade like go they have exams and they need students to like just handle those sessions. So
Yeah.
that is what we do. It's rallies around assisting lecturers, assisting students, teaching students, and grading, basically.
So the field of statistics is not easy. How have you been able to combine, work, studies, talking to family back home, stuff like that? How have you been able to juggle all that?
Oh my god, like that's it. That's a good question because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really like tedious. It's a lot of work, I would say. So one thing I get to do is I get to like have a structure, like a planned schedule for
Hmm.
myself. I have my course, like I know my the date I'm going for classes. I know when I have to like do works that are not like school works. I know I have time to like that. I have a scheduled time for my own personal stuffs, like like my contacts, to talk to my family, to also so everything is just planning, like having a schedule. That is the best thing that is the thing that has kept me going, that has
Right.
helped me. Because if you just say you're just doing everything anyhow, you would realize that you're leaving some things behind and you're not
Mhm.
getting everything done. So you have to balance your life as a student, because it all rallies around this. Also, one of those are the things we're also learning as a graduate student here.
Right.
You have to balance your academic life, your personal life, work with your relationship life with friends, back home, and every other thing you have to do.
Right. So I'm still speaking to Olamide. I'm enjoying the conversation, and I know you are too. She shared, the various universities she applied. I shared it. Remember that this session will still be live on the various Fed Effect platforms. You can go to the live session on Facebook, and then be able to watch all the live sessions we've held so far, so that you can learn from people's experiences, the best practices, the do's and don'ts. It makes it easier for you if you want to study abroad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the things. You were successful with this process within a year. You were able to secure scholarship and all that. what would you have done differently if you, knowing what you know now, what would you have done differently if you were supposed to start a whole process or talk to your younger self?
Um, I don't really
You
probably
spoke
like
about not maybe writing the TOEFL
thoughtful.
because it wasn't
Yeah,
necessary.
yeah. So I think what I would have done if I like could go back in time or to advise people is do your research well. Like
Right.
do in terms of do like for instance now for people that are joining this platform, this is a very good opportunity for you. You
Mhm.
need to hear from people. You need to it's not like something you just hear these groups. Yeah, you have to do your research, but take your time. It's a process, right?
Right.
And first, I mentioned earlier that I had to write TOEFL. That
Hmm.
resources, that money that I used to write TOEFL, I could have diverted into something else, right?
Yeah.
You would need money in this process. You would need money. So that's one thing. Then probably I could have applied to maybe Ivy League. Maybe, yeah, because I realized that like it's possible. Those are the things I would have probably done if I could go back in time and take advantage of application fee waivers.
All right. So you didn't believe that it was possible to apply to an Ivy League?
No, I really did not know about that. Like, I believed in myself. But like, I was so naive. I was not really informed. Like, ignorance, I would say, and yes. So I did. I was just looking for schools that would give me funding and that have my course, and I want to just get admitted and just proceed. So I really did not gather all this enough information that, oh yes, there could be schools that they are like top schools, R1 schools. There could be schools that have like free application fee. There could be schools that they have waivers and a lot of opportunities that I get to like know. And another thing I get to realize is that I also advise people is in this in the US here, like they allow you to pursue what you really want to go for. There's nothing like because I was really scared when I wanted to switch from mathematics that how is it going to be possible? Like you want like coming where I'm coming from, like for instance now you can just be studying maybe master you did your bachelor's in biology, you can still go to something like related though, but different. You can even apply for statistics. That is what you don't know. If you have done like the basic program. So those are the things that I've got to learn. So for people watching, if you have an interest that is different from what you've done, sorry, in your bachelor's, and you really could say that they are entwined in one way or the other, I would advise you to go for it. Okay, go for it. Just make sure that you do your research very well and ask questions. First, join platforms like this and ask questions. So yeah,
To be honest with you, the study abroad process is into, majorly two parts: the application itself, and it comes to the visa process. And Olamide has an interesting, experience when it comes to the visa process. So we talk about that as well. But let's pick some questions. A lot of people have questions for you. Said good day, the Freddy Fetch. First of all, thank you for the good work, and I have been doing together with your team. God bless you. Please, I've gained admission to Missouri. Congrats on that. And then there is Dada here watching us on Facebook is saying, did she write cold emails contributing to her securing the scholarship?
okay, yeah. So I did not write code emails because teaching assistantship and code emails, they're like so for coding mates, I would say it's a very good thing for people that are forward to like working with professors, research assistants, looking for funding in general. It's one of the key things that have really worked for people, I would say. But basically, I did not apply. I did not use code email. So all I did was I went to the school website. I searched for the requirements. Then I applied for the teaching assistantship separately for the University of Idaho.
Okay.
For cold emails, some schools will tell you they don't require you to reach out to professors. Why
Yeah.
some schools will always encourage you to like also talk to professors. And I personally I would recommend it for you to look out for professors like cold emails. They are very good. But for me, I did not write
Yeah.
any. send any code email. Yes.
All right, shout out to MFI. MFI is watching us from Ghana and on YouTube. And did you have to evaluate your transcript to any of the universities you applied to?
No. So no, I did not do that. I did not do that. But it helps as well for students, especially for students that have like low CGPA.
Hmm.
It's a good thing for you. Like once you see that, oh, the school requires a CGPA, just try and do evaluation and check that out to see your where you're standing.
Would you recommend someone with a BSc in computer science to apply to MSc in mathematics?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Like it's a very good thing to pursue. Yeah. But personally I would say why go for mathematics when there are a lot of opportunities? But it's a good thing. BSc in computer science, MSc in mathematics, they are the same thing. They are the same thing. Like you have a like higher chance of getting admitted because you're coming from the computer science field, the application field, right? And masters as well is also like application of mathematics. So yeah, but I also advise if you're watching this and Jacob, right? Jacob, there are opportunities, a lot of opportunities: artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, computational mathematics. So you can look into the computational mathematics. Okay, yeah.
All right. So Dr. Kings is watching us on YouTube. This is interesting. My first time to join your live session. You're welcome. We've been doing this for some time now. We do it every weekend, so be sure to tune in. Okay, so she has already answered this question, Easy Dean. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook. Um, so somebody is asking about the non-STEM. So how many years will you work after school? Can you respond to this?
I think it's yeah, non-STEM you get like a year
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just 1 year.
All right. Shout out to Kuma Moses watching us on Facebook as well. Thank you for tuning in. You know, Prince Apia is also asking about what about educational programs? So
Oh
educational programs, it depends on the type of program. It could be a STEM, it could be a non-STEM.
yeah, there are opportunities for that too, scholarship opportunities. I have colleagues studying education, like mathematics education, English education. There are scholarship opportunities. Yeah.
Okay. Kweku, I think Jesue Kweku. Okay. She responded to this question. He said, in the Masters in Statistics and Data Science at the University of Idaho, do you guys do courses in machine learning?
Oh yes. So we do courses in like it's not a, like for you to get those certificates in data science, artificial intelligence, and yeah, you get the opportunity to do those courses, which is a good thing for you to look out for because it speaks for you in your transcript, right? I get to take Python for machine learning. There are also courses like deep learning, machine learning, and yes, regression analysis. So yes, I think I've answered your question.
Right. Charity is watching us from Saudi Arabia on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in from Saudi Arabia. You can also send your questions. We'll be reading them and be responding to them in course of the conversation as well as we do it every weekend. Please click on the like button and also share so that somebody can join. If you're watching us on Twitter, just share it on your timeline so that somebody else can tune in and also enjoy the information we are pouring out here. So Olamide, let's go on to your visa interview. So your season was the COVID season, right?
Like the year after COVID.
The year after COVID. So walk us through the whole visa application itself. Now you decided to go in with University of Idaho. So did you
Yes.
attend your visa interview with Idaho I-20 or what did you do?
Yeah, so I went to the interview. I went for the interview with my Idaho University of
Mhm.
Idaho High 20, with like full funding, I would say, because my cost of attendance and my funding was like it's tallied, so I did not have to like worry about external funds, and I was really like, oh yeah, this is a good opportunity for me,
Yeah,
right?
and I was about to ask that. Sometimes people say that they have full funding, which means that 20 hours of GA or TA, but yet they are asked to produce a bank statement.
Yeah.
And yours was such that you didn't have to send a bank statement to the University of Idaho because everything was catered for on your I-20.
Oh yeah, yes, yes, yes. That's it.
But going for the interview, did you still carry a bank statement?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
did not. take any bank statement with me because I felt like, oh, I took my offer letter
Hmm.
and my I-20 and the document, my DSOC confirmation page,
Right.
my service fee receipt fee. So that was what I just went with on my passport.
So when you say you have a full scholarship, did it cover your flight ticket? Does it cover your accommodation, feeding? What does the full scholarship cover? Give us an idea.
Good question. So I think there is difference between funding, scholarship, and all this assistantship. But we just use the word scholarship for everything because it's like you are being you are not, you don't have to pay, right? But they are different. Scholarship is different from funding, and funding is in terms of assistantship. I'm saying, okay. So sometimes some scholarship gets to cover your all your school fees, they pay you without you having to work. But for assistantship, you are going to do the work. For research assistantship, you get to work with a professor on a particular research. That is one. Then for teaching assistantship, you get to work as a teaching assistant and you are being paid a stipend. So you
Right.
are getting paid for the work that you are doing. And sometimes, as a teaching assistant, most times you get to, your tuition is being waived, right? And same thing for research assistantship. It's not in all cases, right?
Hmm.
But for scholarship, there are some scholarships that cover everything. All you just need to do is just be going to classes, and you don't get to you don't have to do any duties, right? Just make sure you maintain a good CGPA and your scholarship is still being, so we just choose the word scholarship funding for everything. So I
Right.
want you guys to really know the meaning of these things. So many times people will come, does this school have scholarship? I'll be like, check for assistantship, check for funding, go to their financial aid sections, check for their research assistantships. That is what you guys should be looking for, not really like scholarship or like something like, they are all very, very different. This US route is different from other countries. So that is, yeah.
All right. So did your scholarship cover your flight ticket?
No, so it did not. Yeah, so it did
Does
not
it?
cover my. It did not cover my flight ticket. Like I did not get any money until I got to the US. Like after
Okay.
like a month or so. Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to make it clear to people because people would know the things that they are supposed to be financially responsible for, and the things that the scholarship is going to cover. So does it mean that you pay for your groceries or your feeding, and then living expenses or accommodation out of your stipends?
Yeah. So good question. So I really want to say this thing before. Sorry, I really want to say this thing before we proceed. Like talking about this process, you would need money, right, before you get here. Please note that you're going to need like money. It's not free. You will enjoy the process later. It's a good investment. But when you get there, you're being paid stipend. They won't offer you, I don't know. Like basically for me, I'm not being offered accommodation, right? I'm not being offered all those things. You get to take care of those things yourself. Like, and that is why you need to get funding, because the stipend you are being paid, you can use that to pay for your housing, your groceries, your data, your everything, mobile, and yes. And some schools you need health insurance. Some schools will not provide, your offer letter might not include your health insurance. So you might have to pay for health insurance. You can't escape that. And that is a lot of money. It's even though it's like a subsidized rate for students, you have to pay for health insurance. So, and you can also, like, if your offer does not include health insurance, you have to pay that through your stipend.
So back when I was in a high university, even though I was on a full scholarship, there were still some administrative fees and other stuff like health insurance you spoke about that we're supposed to pay. And over here in the US, fees are paid per semester, not per
Yes,
year.
yes.
Yeah. So even though on your I-20 there were no deficit, when you got here, when I went to my second university, I wasn't paying anything at all. But are you paying some fees, and how much approximately is it?
um, like aside my stipend, like I don't get a question, please.
Like, aside receiving the stipends and
Yeah.
having your tuition taken care of, are there some administrative fees you pay as a student?
Yeah, good question. Yes, there is. You get to pay international student fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So That does not include some students. I've seen students, we are in the same school, right? Their
Mhm.
offer covers that. So it varies by department.
Yeah.
Maybe their research assistantship, even though their teaching assistantship, their department might be paying for their um, health insurance, international
Exactly.
fee, even give them surplus.
Yeah.
You get it. But some departments, they won't like give it. But for me, I get to pay my international fee,
Hmm.
health insurance, and sometimes if you take some courses that is not within your credits, you
Yeah.
want to take an extra course, you have to pay for
You
the,
have to pay
and
for
those
it.
courses are not cheap.
Yeah.
So those are the things that you get to consider. Like per credit, they pay for, like the whole process is just, the whole thing is just that it's not like everything is free,
Mhm.
but you're being paid stipend and it's a good thing.
And that's some stuff like people need to understand that in the same university, different departments have different costs, and even in terms of stipends. So I remember in my first university, my department were taking like 800 to like 1,000 every 2 weeks, but when it comes to the math department, they were taking a lot of money. So even the stipends differs from department to department.
Yeah,
So
that's true. I
yeah.
think reason being because they get funding through different sources, and
Mhm.
the workload is also different. I would say, yeah,
Right. All right. So this is the time where you come in. We have close to 1,000 people watching us across all our social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. This is a very impactful platform, and it's the biggest study abroad content platform
yeah,
as well. Be part of the family by clicking on the follow button, click on the subscribe button. Today, I'm speaking with my sister Olamide at the University of Idaho, and it's been an interesting conversation, very informational, and she has poured out a lot of things. Now, let's come to your visa interview. Talk us through your preparation. Now, normally when people have full scholarship, no bank statement, no deficit, it's supposed to be a 3 minute, a walkthrough kind of thing. How did
yeah,
you go?
yeah. So, like for my visa interview, I would say I was really optimistic that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this funding. I'm gonna get this. Yes, right.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I would say when I got to the visa to the embassy,
Hmm.
it's when it was my turn. I got there and I did not go with the approver. I was not approved and I was not rejected. So it
No,
was
no.
very
Um,
strange.
for somebody who was listening to us, there are, people know there are two outcomes of the visa interview. So if you say you were not denied, you were not approved, what does it mean?
Yeah. That means like it was after I got to realize. So, like the whole thing at that point, it did not really click to my hearing. Like I just knew I went back with my passport and I was not given a white paper. I was not given the rejection paper and or the approval paper. I just left, right? So when I got outside, I was now being told, I read what they give to me and I
Correct.
saw administrative processing. So that was my own case, which was, I think right now, people are being like they are getting enlightened about them. But I did my research and then I realized that it's a very rare case. Like it's like just something I can't really say why, but
Yeah.
I went through administrative processing and I got to hear from them after like a month or two
Hmm.
months. Yeah. Then that was when I was asked to send back my passport. I did not appear back twice. I did not pay a visa fee twice. So it was once, but when I went for my interview, I did not. I was not approved. I was not rejected.
Yeah. So if you're hearing this for the first time, initially there used to be two outcomes when it comes to going for a US visa interview. Is either you are being approved or denied, and mostly you get to know the outcome at the interview. Now this time around, there's something we call administrative processing. So you wouldn't be denied on your day of your interview, neither would you be approved. But a visa officer sometimes may take a couple of documents to want to find out more before you receive a feedback. So for the number of years, more than half a decade that the Fred Effect team has been assisting people, we have a special WhatsApp group for administrative processing. Sometimes it could be scary, and I know people who have been under administrative processing for more than a year. Sometimes they'll be under administrative processing until the school does not even offer the program again, right? So walk us through how the feeling was. You said it took like a month, right?
About more than a month. More than a month. I think the whole thing was really like it's just you don't know where you belong because you don't know if you are going to reapply or you're going to have to wait. You just keep waiting. You call you, they'll tell you you have to keep waiting. They're still working on it. So I've seen people that their own process take 1 week, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing it varies. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, which I don't really wish for you, I would advise that you should just calm down because at that point I was really, really scared. A lot of mixed feelings, mixed thoughts going through my mind. Will I be able to make it? The days were getting closer for resumption, and I was just not so sure. But fortunately, at the end of the day, it came out positive. I was asked to send my passport. So the process is just like a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
It really like I get to realize that yeah, it's yeah, you just have to calm down and just and during that process I did a lot of research like I
Right.
had to like check. I was just checking administrative processing and all that. So then I realized that it happens. That gave me a sort of relaxed mind to understand that yeah, this happens, right?
So for most people, sometimes their financial statement is taken, their I-20 or their bank statement is taken for
Oh
further
yeah.
checks and all that. Did they take any document from you and all that?
Yeah, so for me, they did not ask for anything. They just asked for my address and my where I've lived for the past 5 years, the numbers I've used on my social media, and that was all. That was all. So yes, I think it boils down to also like if you are studying, looking, let's just give this advice to the viewers. If you're looking
Mhm.
forward to like studying abroad, your social media process is very, very important. Be
Yeah.
very careful of what you post out there. Be very careful of how you project yourself out there, because
Mhm.
all these things can speak against or for you, like in a positive or in a good way for you. Yes, don't just do things anyhow. Don't just comment on people's page anyhow. Be very careful. I'm not a social media person, so I wouldn't say I did not. That was not what was used against me, right?
Yeah.
But I was just saying that it probably I have ads like all those things they requested for all my social media accounts, right? Probably if they've seen something, they could have probably like tell me that no, you're not welcome to our country. Yeah, so be very careful of your social media presence, how you portray yourself out there, how you comment on people's page. This is a digitized like this the world is getting advanced. They could point out anything, any discrepancies from your social media accounts if you are being investigated. Like you just have to be very careful.
All right. Some universities require what we call enrollment deposit. And somebody's asking that question. I can't TV on YouTube. Please, were you required to pay a deposit to secure your admission?
No, no, yeah, that's true. Some schools require that, but I was not required to pay a deposit. And yes,
All right. So this is where you join us. I have shared the various the links in the on the various social media platforms on Facebook, on YouTube, also on X. You can join us live and then be able to ask Olamide all your questions. So click on the link. You'll be led to the studio. I'll approve it. Make sure that your video is on. You have a very quiet background. It makes it easier for us, and then we'll be happy to respond to your questions. So we'll be picking some questions from the chat and then we'll be answering them. Okay, so somebody's asking that is it advisable to withdraw Kwabena from on Facebook is asking, is it advisable to withdraw an already sent application when you realize something is wrong with it and they start the whole process again?
oh yes, of course, yes, that is very like I would advise you once you realize that something is wrong, yeah, you should send an email if there is an opportunity for you to submit the form. Like there is. It's just like probably you've not submitted the application, or
Yeah.
probably you've submitted the application. Okay, you've submitted the application in this case. You should reach out to them, let them know that you want to correct some documents that you've submitted, and
Hmm.
that to do that on time. And also, this is also a lesson for people to learn. If you are doing this application thing, do it very carefully to avoid situations like this. But Kwabena, if you already sent an application and you've realized that there's something wrong, please talk to them, send an emails. If there is probably like a document, maybe just a document, let them know. If you have to correct one or two things, let them know. So if they ask, they would tell you if you are able to resubmit or you are able to send the document. Okay, so I hope I've answered your question.
What has been the most challenging thing to adapt? Has it been, I don't know how the weather is in Idaho, but has it been the weather, the food, the accent? What was difficult to adjust?
And at first it was the accent. Then
Yeah.
I would say later on it's the like the weather. I really did not really have time like a little difficulty adjusting to everything. But at first, like the first few months, the accent and the weather. I'm not used to watching movies to be able
Right.
to like learn from people. Yeah, so it's the accents I would say, and also the weather. The weather, it's very cold here in Idaho, very very cold, but we are used to it right now. Yeah.
A lot of international students complain about loneliness and being on your own, stuff like that. Missing home. What do you miss home? Is it family? Is it the food?
Yeah. Oh, what I miss back? I really miss my family, the warmth of family, the like getting to see them, getting to chase and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also miss the food. Like there are some things that you can't really get here. Okay, so I miss the food and I miss the people, the environment, and yeah, my family. I really really miss them. Yeah,
What has been the coping mechanism for you to deal with
really.
the lot of workloads, sometimes depression, sometimes loneliness? What has been the coping mechanism for you?
I think it's the community. The community here, they are really like very helpful.
Hmm.
It's a very lovely community. So we get to have activities like maybe bi-weekly event or probably like a potluck or like
Hmm.
we just come together and the international student organizations, they are very very helpful. They get to organize events for us that you won't be by yourself because loneliness mostly comes when you're just all by yourself. You don't get to see people to talk to, which
Right.
is very very prominent here in the US. Okay, so the international students and the community, African student community, they are very very like lovely. We have a beautiful community here in Idaho.
So most people are of the view that once you land in America as an international student, you are rich. Are international students rich?
No, yes, that's why we are students, right? We are not working. That's why our pay is being called stipend because stipend it's a stipend, and you get to pay your for your house rent,
Yeah.
groceries, every other bills through that money. So where is the rich coming from? We are not like we are just living a normal life. Yeah, so I would say international some and it's not everybody that like that the stipend even equate to the cost of living. Some they have to
Mhm.
like sort for other loans, bills and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for your rent or accommodation?
Around $400.
Okay, so $400 includes like the monthly pay and then the monthly rent and then utilities and all that.
So like some states I didn't marry, so some states you get to pay for house rent, you get to pay for water, for light,
Hmm.
for electricity, all these things. So yeah, in Idaho, it's college Moscow, Idaho. It's a college town, so cost of living is pretty high. They include everything together. So you get to pay like let's say 400, 500 for your
Hmm.
house rent. Then probably you have to pay for your phone and like that's like around $25. So yeah, that's like the and maybe probably like light
Hmm.
electricity, which is cost. It varies, right? In the winter, it's
Higher.
higher than yeah, so it fluctuates.
Oh, okay. And in terms of remitting money home, so if somebody is a family man and wants to sacrifice to maybe get higher education, come to study in the US on a full scholarship, will they be able to, out of their stipend, save enough and be able to remit home?
Yeah. So I really would not be able to answer that question very well, but yes, I've seen a lot of people doing it here. Like they
Yeah.
have like their family, like and they are doing fine, literally very fine because that is why that is one of the advantage of a small community, right?
Hmm.
A low cost of living state. You're able to manage your expenses, your family with just the stipend. But if you are to compare to going to a bigger city, you would need to
Mhm.
spend a lot. So if you have a family, you can as well look at, but those consider that factor, the cost of living of the state. You'll be fine if you're in a very like in a low cost of living state. You'll do fine, because I know of people here, they are doing fine, because there are also like organizations that support people, right? International student organization, a lot of organizations that funds family and all, they support them.
All right. So it's been an interesting conversation. A lot of people want to ask you questions. A lot of people want to talk to you. So let's get some of the people on. Please, you make sure that you have a quiet background. You also have a clear sound so that we'll be able to hear you. Hi Ben, how are you doing, sir? Okay. I don't know if you can hear him. Olamide. Hi
Yeah, I
Ben.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you.
Hi, Olamide. Hi, the for defects.
Yeah. Try and speak up a little bit. Talk to Olamide.
Yeah. Uh, my name is Ben
Okay. Hi, Ben.
from Nigeria here.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah. So, okay. So, I actually graduated in 2018, but then I decided to work.
Oh,
But
good.
now I'm coming into. I
Glad.
studied supply chain and logistics, but now I've been working on my life. Like after school, it's been IT. So like I'm currently working as a software engineer. So
Good.
now I'm looking at uh, schools for information technology and the rest. I've been sending in applications to schools. Like I've been looking out. Them. I look out to schools, around 8 of them. Although some are requesting for Java, I'm picking them out. I've been seeing Fred Affairs videos. So the ones I applied for, I've applied to like two at this point. I've applied to at this point. So the other ones I applied for requested for West evaluation, which I've reached out to my school and then they've sent out to West. So by this time,
Good.
West is still holding on. My question is, most of the lecturers I've reached out to, most of the because I'm looking definitely for funding. Most of the professors I've reached out to in these schools, I've not been able to get feedback from them. But I just sent out two applications, hoping that although on their pages there is funding is available. So I don't know. Is it like I should keep applying even if I've not gotten a feedback from them?
Okay, that is a good question. Yes. It's that's a very good question. I would say first of all, if you've reached out to a professor, it's not in all cases that they are going to reply to you, right? So if you've seen a prospect of you getting funding in that school, you've probably like read on their website, and you've seen like you've seen that, oh, they have funding, they have your course, and you have an higher chance of getting funding. I would advise you to apply to that school. So let me give you an example. For instance, I have had people applying to University of Idaho Masters in Statistics, and they reach out to professors, but they really do not need to reach out. So they won't reply to them. And they apply to this program directly, and they got admitted, right? So sometimes if you don't need a PI, if you don't need a research, if the program does not require you to need it to get a professor before getting admitted, they might not reply you, right? They might not reply you. And sometimes if the professor do not have funding, they might not reply you. So I would say you can also like reach out to maybe anybody, like you can reach out to a student in that program to ask about this process, that, oh, this is my situation. Do you think I should go ahead? What was your own experience? It's good to learn from people, you understand, so you don't waste application fee, or you don't waste your time, or you're thinking that, oh, this is one school, so you can know that this is out of it, or this is a very good one. So you should still go ahead if you can see that there's an higher chance of you getting admitted. Okay. Then I will also advise you to also reach out to students. I'm very sure there are international students in the department. Okay. Reach out to them. Then I also add that you're going for information technology and that kind of a thing. Yeah. So make sure that that can just be like a title, right? You can just get to do a program in maybe maybe master's or PhD in computer science, and they have a research field in information technology. So don't let your focus be on just like the program title has to be information technology. That can be like a research interest under computer science or computer engineering or something like that. So I just wanted you to know about that too.
Okay, thank you very
Did
much.
I
Thank
answer
you.
your question?
Yeah, I definitely would. So I'll be looking out for West. I hope they get to evaluate, and then I
Yeah,
definitely will.
that's
Thank you
that's a
very much.
very good one. You're on the right track. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, Ben. Now we go to Ibrahim Usman Bumba. Ibrahim, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir.
Good day, Mr. Fred. My
Yeah.
question goes to you direct.
Okay.
Okay, my question is that some of the school will require you to send some document before they can approve you for the English proficiency waiver.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, my question is that will you need to ask first before you can do it, or you will do it after you submit your document?
Okay. Good question. So you need to
I have
provide.
two questions.
Okay.
No,
You
go ahead, Olamide, and then he will come in with the next question.
Okay, so if a school requires the English proficiency letter, you need to submit that statement with your application. Okay, if there is any missing document, your application will not be reviewed, even if you've paid like the application fee. Okay, so you can get your English proficiency from your school. That is like very easy to get, right? Just go to your school, tell them to give you like, you don't have to go, send an email to your school, contact the registrar office or the office in charge that you're requesting for your English proficiency letter. They will give that to you. So that should be like something that you should be able to get, and make sure you submit that before submitting. Make sure you upload that before submitting your application, so your application can be reviewed on time. Okay. Your next question.
Go ahead with your
Uh,
next question, Ibrahim.
yes, my second question is that some of the school will require you to apply for the scholarship together with the admission, and some of the school you can apply after you get the admission. So my question is that which one will the applicant follow?
Which one will the applicants follow, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so it just like you said, some schools so it's the school requirement, right? This is like the school requirement. It's not like you're not the one that make that decision. That is that requirement.
yes.
So you have to look at your chances of getting funding, because as international students, our aside the research interest that we are looking for, our ultimate goal is to get funding, right? That is like one priority. So if you feel like, oh yes, there is chance of you getting funding after it, because even if you've gotten admission, that's a very good thing. Then if you have to, like, this is just like you still just have to apply. So if there's a higher chance of you getting funding for both, in both cases, apply to both. But in more in I would say everything you just want to get funding. So both works. It all depends on your chances in that, in both cases.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, for joining. Now we move on to Malik. Malik, salam Malik.
Wa alaikum salam. Hope
Please
you can
go
hear
ahead.
me.
Yeah, go ahead and talk
Yes,
to us.
yes. My question is in two folds. So my first question is, I wanted to apply to Michigan State University, right? Michigan Tech, right? And
Mhm.
they are telling me to pay my application fee, which is $10. And I was following Fred, and he was saying that if I apply for a spring program, they don't offer scholarship, right? So I emailed the programs coordinator about funding, and the person said they have funding. So I
Really?
was also going through, yes, for spring, yes.
Uh,
So I
n-
was also going
Please
through
uh,
Facebook, this thing, no?
relax.
And
Don't quote me out of context. I don't think there's any of my videos that I've said that they don't offer scholarship for spring. What happens is that the major academic semester has always been the fall
So
semester.
yeah.
For most institutions, they give out the scholarships in the fall semester. However, especially after the COVID, there are a lot of institutions that will give scholarship for spring. Some programs only even admit for only spring. You know, yeah. So you have to. Please don't call me out of context. That's what I wanted to say. Patel, go ahead.
okay, yeah, Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So what I want to say is that so I was going through one of the posts and there's an alumni in this school that says if you apply for Michigan Tech, you won't get full funding. You'll get 50% funding. So I wanted to know whether it's true or not. And my second question is that in writing SOP, we are in technology world and the world that has AI and everything. So can I use AI? But then I would key in my goals, my details, for AI to generate my SOP for me. I want to know about it. That's the reason why. Yeah. This is my questions. These two questions.
Okay, your
You
first
seem
question.
accommodating. So can I have your personal social media?
Okay, yeah, sure, sure. So quick one. You already like reached out, right? That's a good thing to do, to ask about if they said they have funding. If you meet the requirements, make sure you meet the requirements. Like if they said they need a certain need, like, and you've asked them and they said you're good to go, please apply. Then in terms of using AI to write your statement of purpose, I would say, AI is just to help. You are not ChatGPT, right? And there is a way in which they can really track. They can tell that this is not handwritten. This is not ChatGPT like written. This is not written by you. It's written with ChatGPT. So you have to be very smart with this ChatGPT of a thing, AI of a thing, so you don't stand a chance of not getting being disqualified. So I would advise you personally. It's not a this thing. Why don't you just sit down, put it down in your thoughts, like put down your thoughts down, like write out what you feel like, why you're passionate about going for grad school, your research interest, like how a statement of purpose should be. And you can maybe like put it on ChatGPT to help you brand is very well. It is written by you, right? Like you're expressing your thoughts. So that's a good one. But just putting this thing for ChatGPT, no. ChatGPT would write it very complicated. The grammar should be very complicated. And it's not about the grammar, right? It's not about the when I mean grammar, not like correct English. It's not about how big your words are. It's about they can really tell if you're really passionate and what is motivating you and your long time goals. So of course, ChatGPT
Yes.
can help. Everybody has been using ChatGPT, but be very careful when you are using ChatGPT. Be smart about it and don't just leave everything for ChatGPT. Play your part. ChatGPT is not you, right? You have your thinking. You know what you want. You know what you're doing. So yeah, did I answer your
Yes.
question?
So can I get your social media handle?
Yes, you
You did.
can
You did.
connect.
So can I get your social media handles?
Yes, you can connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Olamide Mercy, Oluwatade. Yes,
All right. All right. So thanks for your answer.
you're welcome.
I'm trying to see if I could show your Instagram handle so that people can actually follow from there. All right. So if I'm able to do it, I'll let you know. So I'll show Olamide's Instagram handle, and this is where you can get in touch with her. I don't know why the system is not allowing me to log in from here, but yeah, that's the handle for Olamide on Instagram. Let's see if we can connect more people. Mr. Alex. Okay, Mr. Alex is not ready. Raj Cole. Cole, how you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm okay. Please go ahead.
I want to use this opportunity to thank you for all what you've been doing for us. And I've been following you for some time now. And my question is, I had third class in communication studies,
Okay.
and I also have AWS cloud
Certificate? Yeah.
certificate. Yeah, I do have that. So at the moment, I applied for school. That was last year. I had an admission, but the scholarship I had, it was only 50%.
Okay.
So I could not make it. So I wanted you to advise me on which school that you think I can apply with my like third class and with my
Yeah.
AWS cloud set. Yeah.
Okay. Good one. Good one. I really like that. So first of all, I'm gonna say like I like your motivation. You are not allowing your third class to discourage you, which is a very good one. Because people think it's just first class student or second class student that the upper that gets funding. No, that's not true. So thank you for asking that question. So I would say like you can see for yourself that you got funding right past year and you got admission. That is a good one. That is like a positive response. You can see that there is light at the end of it. That shows that you
Yes.
can get full funding. Okay. For
Yeah.
you to have gotten partial, I am telling you that there is a chance of you getting the full funding. Okay.
Okay.
So one thing is like, first of all, I would like to ask, what is your research interest? You said communication studies and AWS. What are you
Yeah.
pursuing?
IT into
Okay,
IT. Yeah.
good one, good one. So I would just give advice. I really cannot say this is a particular school you should apply to. There are a lot
Okay.
of schools, so there are a lot of opportunities, and you can get one. So what I would advise is, first of all, maybe you should target schools that they are not really focused on just the academic achievement. They are looking for work and your experience, okay? And
Okay.
they really want what they want is like maybe how you can contribute your experience to their research, and that would be like schools that are professors that maybe like through cold emails, professors that are looking for students to work with, or probably PhD programs or master's programs that focus mostly on students' experience and their research in general. You understand? That is
Okay.
one. Number two is your statement of purpose. You have to like um this is where you want to sell yourself very well,
Okay.
to like package yourself very well that oh, this is who you are. It is not about your academic achievement. Of course that is
Okay.
behind you, right? So your statement
Okay.
of purpose, you want to sell yourself very well, right?
Okay.
Something that will be like inspiring to people reading it. That is
Okay.
one about that. Then another thing I'm also going to talk about in terms of probably you should also try West evaluation. Okay, maybe West
Okay.
evaluation is going to like put you on another class of degree. So I would just advise you to like keep it up. Like your spirit is your pursuit. It's possible for you to get full funding. You want full funding, right? You're gonna get it, but just make sure you check out for schools that tell us to that are really focusing on research experience, not just the academic achievements. You understand that they equate everything to. So some schools will tell you they are looking out for people that their leadership skills that they have high strong. So some schools will tell you they want students that have experience in all this
Okay.
AI,
Okay.
AWS.
Okay. Okay. So at the moment after passing my AWS exams, I have not worked with like any company yet. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I have the chance maybe to
Oh
get.
yeah. So that's another good question. We also advise since you don't have like experience, working experience, why don't
Yeah.
you start working on little projects, maybe even if it is voluntary project. This will help you very well. Package
Oh,
yourself in a way that even if it is just a self project or working with the friends, it will help you build your CV, your statement of purpose. Because you can't just say you have the certificate without having an experience. So quickly
okay.
work on that. It will help you very like it will help you package yourself, sell yourself out there. So try working on one or two projects, but without
Okay.
like regardless of that, still sell yourself very well in your statement of purpose. And yes, I feel
Okay.
like that is going to help.
Okay. Okay. So
Thank you for joining. Let's get other people on. Alex, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. So thank you for joining, Raj. Okay. I think you had a lot of questions, so let's move on to another person. So Alex, go ahead and unmute your microphone, sir. Hi, Alex.
Hello,
Okay.
Mr. Fred.
Yeah, Alex, go ahead. Okay, you muted your microphone again, Alex.
Oh, okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. Mr. Fred, I've submitted my transcript to WES, but they are asking me for a certificate. But right now, I'm not having any certificate. I just completed school. So what should I do from here? That's my problem now.
Oh, that's like a very good question. So you want to evaluate your transcripts, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but they require your certificates, right?
yeah.
So I would
But
say you should.
they are
Okay.
going to issue my certificate a year after, not now in Ghana.
Okay, what yeah, what about if you reach out to the school, if they can give you like a document, that can be possible. Like you reaching out to the school, telling them you need like it does not have to be like that they just have to send that to us. There's what they call it. I don't know how they call it. There's this document they call. I don't know if that is possible in Ghana. They can give you that document, send it to your the school because they want it to come directly from the school, right? And if it is coming directly from the school, that can show like that can cover for what they want. So maybe you should send them an email, explain your situation to them, or and reach out to your school to let them probably if they're asking for a particular stuff and you can from there proceed. I don't know if Mr. Fred can answer that question for you, but I think you should reach out to West, let them know what they really want, telling them your situation, or you can talk to your school about that. If they can send like there's something they call that you can send to West. Yeah. Mr. Fred, can you
Yeah.
answer that
So
question?
if your school has a direct connection with West, I know there are some schools like University of Cape Coast. They do have a direct connection with West, and so they can directly send any documentation to West indicating that indeed you've graduated from such an institution. They just want a confirmation from your university indicating that it's indeed you who went through the 4 year education to have what qualification you have. Let's talk to Bismarck. Thank you for joining, Mr. Alex. Hi, Bismarck.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Please, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity given to us. I have 3 year diploma in basic education, and then I did a top up of 2 years from the University of Education, but to get a degree. And I've tried to do the West evaluation, and then I have a West evaluated transcript of 3.36 out of 4.0.
Oh, good.
I've been trying a lot of schools, some paying a lot of application fees. Sometimes we are from very poor background, but we try squeeze and then we pay. But sometimes you don't get admission, and I'm sure something might be wrong. Yeah, yesterday I spoke with some of the social media handlers, and then he said my CV wasn't good. I've tried updating it three times. It isn't good. Currently, I've teach for 8 years, but currently I am with Ghana National Fire Service. And then I've read and then saw that sometimes if you are not having going in line with your background, like education, currently I'm no more with teaching. So if I apply and then I apply for courses related to fire service, I might not be admitted. So sometimes I adjust my CV, making it like still I'm teaching, apply, you don't get. Sometimes I'm confused with the whole thing. And still we want to push and then further. I don't know if there is any way you advise me on.
Okay, that's a good one. First of all, I can see your motivation. I can see your desire to pursue graduate studies. For you to do West evaluation, that's like a lot of money that you've spent. And your 3 points, you are in a good time because most schools require 3.0 out of 4. Okay, so first of all, you said you've talked to somebody to review your CV, and I can tell you that it's not just about the CGPA. Okay, so the academic CV too is very, very important on your statement of purpose. All right, so you are going to education, right? Your interest is in education, your background was in education, but you currently work as that is not a problem. That is not where the problem is coming from. So I think you should also look into your statement of purpose and the academic CV. How did you sell yourself out there? That is what is going to speak for you. Then your recommendations, your letter of recommendations, where are they coming from? That too is very, very important. Are they coming from your like people that can speak about um your your research interest in your background in education? So those are the things that I would say you should consider. Probably you can
Yes.
send your statement of
Wait.
purpose an academic CV for us to review for you. And as well, probably you should talk to your recommenders because mostly people don't know that recommendations really matters a lot. Who are your recommenders? How are they speaking for you? So those are the things you need to take into place, provided your CGPA, you've met that requirement, right? That one is okay. You already tick that check. You've already marked that you've crossed that check, right? So now, what about the other requirements? How is your statement of purpose like? How is your CV like? Who are your recommenders? So those are the things you need to like also. So what is your year gap between school and how long have you been working after school?
Uh,
You're muted. You're muted.
Go ahead, sir.
all right, thank you. I completed my bachelor's degree in 2018. I tried
Okay.
doing the master's. I started MPhil. I did the coursework, and then
But
I got a chance to enter fire service, and I couldn't continue with the thesis. That's why I
yeah,
want to start the master's
so
again.
that's a good. So I can tell you that there's a way you can tell your story. That is why you are unique, right? That is why statement of purpose is a personal thing. It's a personal statement. You can, from your story, from your experience, write a story that's going to make you be like, oh, yeah, there is like diversity is allowed in grad school. Like they it's not because you've gone to work. They would not say they won't give you admission because of that. No, people go outside school 10 years, 20 years and come back to grad school. So don't see that as a disadvantage. But it all boils down to how are you telling your story? You understand? So now you have to tell them, why are you just coming back after like 6 years? Okay. So you have to express that in your statement of your purpose, and your academic CV has to speak for you. You have you can your academic statement, your transcript can speak for you now, right? Your results are good. So now you have to back it up with your story, and you have to tell them why you are coming back after. So that's not like a disadvantage because she went into no. People try things. They are open to people. Like one good thing I've actually learned about the studying abroad process, they are really, really open to people. You would see people, they will do law, they will go to English, they will do that. You understand? So it's not like a disadvantage. You can say, oh, probably you wanted to try something different, and now you feel like, oh, you want to go back to where you're coming from. It's not too late. So it's just how are you going to tell your story? So write your smell of purpose and let's see what you've got. Okay.
All right,
So we
thank you
can
so
move to
much.
the next question. You're welcome.
All right, let's talk to another person. Kwame, are you? Please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir. Kwame, your microphone is muted. Kindly unmute it. Okay. Kwame, please go ahead. You have the floor. Hello, Kwame. Okay, looks like Kwame is not ready yet. So let's talk to Owusu Jan. Owusu, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Okay. All right. So let's see. Kwame, can you hear me now? Hello, Kwame. Can you please hear me? Okay. People are having challenges
I can hear you.
to join. All right. Let's see if we can pick one last person.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hi,
Yeah,
John. Go ahead,
yeah.
please.
Good evening. Good evening from my side. Fred, thank you very much. And Miss Olamide, you too, thank you for your contribution and whatever you're doing. We are very much appreciative of whatever you're doing. So my question is, I have admission in US. At the same time, I'm doing my master's right now. So
Okay.
I'm asking, can I transfer my marks in my master's right now to US so that like when I'm going, I'm not going to start, but
Repeat.
I'll yeah.
Okay, good one. That's a good question. Yeah, so it's allowed if you've gotten admission, but you have to get here first. So the coursework that you've
Okay.
taken, you can transfer them. If your school curriculum and that match, I've seen instances of people transferring. So that's
Okay.
allowed. You should not worry about that. So just make sure
Okay.
you're taking the courses. You know, in masters, you have the opportunity to take. I don't know, maybe in Ghana, but even in Nigeria, I don't know. But in
No,
masters,
I'm taking my course. I'm I'm taking my course in India. I'm doing my master's in India.
Okay, very good. So just make sure that
In
you are now looking ahead, right? The courses you are taking, make sure there are courses that you can easily transfer, that their curriculum matches. For instance, like if you are doing something, like if you are doing maybe, I'm just giving an example, maybe something like differential equations, and in this place they have requirements that you have to meet for you to get masters, right? And that course is not included, you can't transfer it. So it has to like be the same curriculum, like in terms of course content. So you need to meet requirements to get masters in the require in the US. So if the coursework matches, then you can transfer it. That's not a problem.
All right. So it's been an insightful session. We're
Yeah.
close to an hour and 40 minutes now, so we have to wrap up.
All right.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. So let's take your last words to everyone. But before that, please, if you have not check on YouTube and subscribe to Olamide Mercy on YouTube. There's a lot of insightful content, practical experience being shared there. And as a young lady doing brilliantly for herself, in a STEM related field. Statistics is not easy, and a first class student as such. So, let's take your last words for everyone who tuned in to listen to today's conversation.
All right. I would first of all want to appreciate the Fred Effect. Thank you so much for what you're doing out there. We really appreciate. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given to me to come here to talk to people, and I really appreciate that. So, and those of you that have joined us, thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you so much. I would end with this. If you are, I believe every one of us, we are all in this journey together. It's not a one man thing. I would just say and advise to you that it's possible. Anything you've set your mind to do, it's possible for you to get that funding. It's possible for you to get that scholarship, that admission, regardless of any circumstance. Okay, it all boils down on you. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to ask questions. You have to like reach out to people. You would need to volunteer. You need to dedicate your time, your resources, and I would always say this, right? What is the point of you getting discouraged when you've already started? So don't be discouraged, even if though rejection comes, even though you're facing challenges. Just keep pushing, keep going on until you get that result, that funding, that 1 year, and that's going to change the rest of your life. It's going to change your story. You'll be happy you are persistent. So persistent is the key. Just make sure you keep on applying, and I believe you're gonna get that for that 1 year that you're looking for. So yeah, thank you.
So just keep on applying. I love the positivity. Thank you so much, Olamide, for your time and the information you've given us today. It's been very helpful and very. I know a lot of people have been motivated by your story and all that. Thank you so much for making time to join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a
All right,
pleasure.
bye. All right, so that was Olamide. Is originally from Nigeria, had her bachelor's degree in mathematics, now studying statistics and data science at University of Idaho. Um, her story is something that you can also learn from. It is possible you can do it. You might have gotten some rejections from universities. You've applied to a school, you are yet to receive scholarship. It is highly possible you can do it. My name has been Fred. This has been the Study Abroad podcast. We come your way with the Study Abroad podcast this and every weekend, and the idea is to be able to let people who have been through the process share how they did it, so that it makes it easier for you to also follow and not make the same mistakes that people keep on making. Also, sometimes we get in touch with admission officers at the various universities and colleges that you want to apply to. So far, we've spoken to St. Cloud State University admissions office. We've spoken to Carolina University. Shout out to my brother Hakim. He works at admissions office at Carolina University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So, we bring some of these individuals on board so that they explain to you the tips and just involved in making this process possible for you. So the Fred Effect team for more than half a decade has been assisting people consistently, especially during the visa interview session. So we do have a WhatsApp platform which we meet daily to help you prepare for your visa interview. So if you have an appointment scheduled, send a direct message on Instagram. The Instagram handle is the Fred Effect, and then you ask to be added to the WhatsApp platform. Will bring you on. Understand that this is strictly for individuals with high school. The easiest way to get in touch with me if you have any questions is to send me a direct message on Instagram. I'll be happy to respond to them. Also, if you need assistance, you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Fred Effect team, and the link is on the screen. So it's seller.co/4GIW, and we'll be able to schedule a one-on-one meeting. At the moment, the Fred Effect team is the only team that is assisting individuals with high school and diploma. So if you have a 2-year diploma, 3-year diploma, whether being a higher national diploma or just a diploma, just schedule a one-on-one meeting. If you're a parent and you're watching, if your kid is done with high school, there are lots of opportunities outside on a scholarship that you can let your kid apply to. Don't limit yourself to only the country in which you are. There are a lot of opportunities outside, and mostly when students from high school get results like a D7 and E8, it makes it easy for them to be admitted into the local universities and colleges. However, there are a lot of universities outside or abroad that you can let your kid also study at these universities. The most important thing is apply. So what the Fred Effect team does is that if you do have a high school qualification, you just have to get your document together. You use the link I'm sharing on the screen, which is the SELAR .co/4GIW to schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Fred Effect team. And there has been a lot of success stories. We are assisting a lot of people to apply to these universities for free. And we do have a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers. So they are experienced, they've been issuing visas, they've been denying visas. So they are experienced in terms of preparing you for your visa interview. So if you've ever been refused, there's still hope for you. If you are being put on administrative processing, there's hope for you. And if you're applying for the first time, talk to a former visa officer before you go for your visa interview. They'll review your document, give you the best suggestions, and strategize your interview for you so that it makes it easier for you to get your visa interview approved when you go for the actual interview. So use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one meeting with Argo Visa, and you get to talk to a former visa officer to help you prepare for your visa interview. So please understand that the study abroad process is possible. People who are studying abroad are not better off than you are. If they were able to do it, you can do it. If the Fred Effect was able to do it, you can also do it. If Mercy Olamide was able to do it, you can also do it. Motivate yourself and know that it is highly possible. If you apply and you get refused, re-strategize. Talk to people who have been through it. So if you want to study a master's or PhD, the Fred Effect team has their mentorship program. The same link on the screen to schedule a one-on-one conversation with a Fred Effect team, and we'll be happy to hold your hands through the study abroad process. It is important to seek for mentorship in this process because there are certain things that people know, there are certain experiences that could make it very shorter for you. Something that you could use a year to learn, somebody know it already. So they showing you or holding your hands makes it easier for you. My name has been Fred. Please be positive and know that everything will be fine. I'll catch you in another video next week, same time. Take care and know that if you are being positive and you strategize, it is possible for you to also get admission and scholarship to study abroad. I'll see you in another video next week.